Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. Today we have our announcement docket. And when we call your name, you will come up before the bench with your attorney. Been a while, yes. Court is in session. The cause number M 332-578. Case is style of State of Texas versus Kimber Leanne Cox. Is that your full name? How are you doing, Ms. Cox?
I'm under the weather. I got a cold, but other than that, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Ms. Cox, see here that the docket, she said you was represented by Attorney Kyle Walker. Attorney Walker actually last year was hired on by the
Yes.
district attorney's office.
Yeah, and so they were supposed to like issue me a new attorney.
Yeah, I was wondering why it took so long. Apparently you had your bond forfeited last year?
I went, yeah, I did time served twice.
No, that wasn't my question.
Oh, what was
My
it?
question was you were out on bond and you failed to appear and your bond was forfeited. Actually, it was forfeited on, wait a minute. Back in June,
Yes, sir.
23.
I had tried to come. I didn't have my car had broke down. I was en route and I spoke with one of your failures or whatever, but they told me that they would put a failure to appear on me if I didn't come in to address my attorney, or if they were reissue me the new attorney.
Well,
I
it
wrote
wouldn't
down
issue you a new attorney. Apparently, your bond was forfeited. And then you were you were out on bond and then you didn't appear, then your bond was forfeited.
I did go to jail on that, yes, sir.
Okay, and then I see you was rearrested just recently, back in March of 2024. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me do this. Print off her affidavit of indigence. I could print it off of here. I would just print it off. No, I already, yeah, I could hit print. It should print over there. Okay. Here it is. Would you please hand this document? Ms. Cox. Ms. Cox, the bailiff just handed you a document that is titled Affidavit, Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize that document?
Yes, sir.
On the back page of that same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant's Signature on the left-hand side at the top.
Yeah.
Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Cox, is everything on that, you could turn back to that front page. Is everything on that document still true and correct today?
No, sir. I need to change my living address.
Okay.
I moved to League City.
Okay, we'll be able to get that to
And I have a new phone number as well. I
Okay.
need to update a phone number and address.
Okay, she'll get that information from you
Everything else
when you
is,
go.
correct, sir.
All the financials are still correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Cox,
Yes, sir.
um, you're going to be appointed another attorney.
Yes, sir.
I think do we have a motion to withdraw in this? Need to say? Okay, Mr. Cox, your new attorney is Attorney Don Boudreaux.
That's not this Holmes, oh, that's, not this Holmes guy they got. What is it? Is that shoes?
That says,
Sorry.
no, you're looking at judge. So it
Oh,
says,
it says appointing authority. I'm so sorry. I'm just like.
okay,
Sorry, sir.
that's an old form that we used to, at that time, I think Kyle Walker was appointed on that form.
Oh, yes, sir.
That's the kids. Have those kids to have a seat on the back row. They have that gentleman to get off the back row and let the kids be on the back row. Y'all could get on, just come on up, get one of these seats and let them get on the back row. Yeah, y'all can just move down. Okay. Okay, here we go. Our coordinator is gonna reset your case. Once your case is reset. Yeah, that's all. That's number, yeah. Your case will be reset. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Now, she'll tell you how to contact your new attorney, and your new attorney will give information on how to contact you.
Because I moved towns and I have started a new job, but I was supposed to start last Monday and I lost my father suddenly, so I don't know if I need to.
Yeah, that's what I asked, give
Yeah, I
them,
told him to change, I told him I need to do the.
okay, hold on a minute. Let her fill out a new affidavit
Oh, yeah, okay.
before we do anything else. Give her a clipboard and she can have a seat out there and fill it out.
Thank you.
That's Mr. Gilliam. Where's your,
Yeah.
how you doing? Brent Lee Haynes. Yes.
I've already given you.
Yeah, it's right here.
Miss Porter. That's exactly right. We're doing Mr. Haynes.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I've got the discrimination. I get to Joe.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in clause number 23 CCCR 1780. Case and style, the state of Texas versus Brent Lee Haynes. Mr. Haynes, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haynes, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Haynes, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Haynes, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Haynes?
Pretty good, thank you.
That's good. Mr. Haynes, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, good morning.
Good morning. And Mr. Paget, do you waive a record in Mr. Haynes' case?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Haynes, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Haynes, it alleges that you, Brent Lee Haynes, on or about June 14th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Brent Haynes, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty?
No,
Not,
no,
you pleading no contest? Or you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
further.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? No contest means that you're not fighting or contesting the charges. And you're pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Haynes, I have before me a document on this tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials BH on a line that is titled Nola Contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there is one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me on paper a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haynes, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Haynes, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State author states one.
No objections to state one, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Paget, you've advised and counseled Mr. Haynes. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Haynes, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haynes, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waiver were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea of no contest, the state's offering 1 year deferred with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service and interlock.
What is this court cost? $392. Yes. Okay, Mr. Haynes. The state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will be required to pay a fine of $500. You will also be required to pay a DPS fine of $100. You'll be required to pay court costs, $392. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you'll be paying each month while you're on probation, is $173 a month. Will you be able to pay the $173 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, and have a drug and alcohol assessment. You will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of deferred probation, or just DWI probation. Do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Haynes, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Haynes, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Mr. Paget, about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, this will conclude your case. Please stand in front of our court coordinator and follow her direction, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And you're free to go as well, Mr. Paget.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, I need to, before we do that, I need to see if she called. Okay.
Yeah,
That's why we had to do it all over.
I'm not leaving. I'm not gonna leave there.
Let me see, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Ms. Cox, I have before me a document that is titled Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there is a signature.
That's not, I got it, find out.
Oh, it's on the next page. You're supposed to fill this out and then fill this information out. Here you go.
Okay.
She can here's a clipboard.
We haven't run out of time.
She doesn't have to stand there.
As long as we have some time. right?
You can go sit down. Okay, Mr. Gilliam.
Sorry.
Okay, Ms. Cox, raise your right hand. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, Ms. Cox, I have this document before me. It's titled Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document? On, I guess this is page 3 of this document. There's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant's Oath. And is this your signature above Defendant's? It says Defendant's signature. Now, Ms. Cox, before you sign this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Cox, let's see, I read your answers. You still qualify for a court-appointed attorney. An attorney that will be appointed to you is Mr. Don Boudreaux. Attorney Don Boudreaux will be given information to contact you, and you will also be given information to contact him. Or court coordinator will give you that information. Once you get the information, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And her new address is on this information. Here you go. Oh, Brandon Campbell.
Okay. I think.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The cause number N 332-538, case of Style, the state of Texas versus Brandon Lynn Campbell. Mr. Campbell, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Campbell, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Campbell? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Campbell, you're represented in your case by your attorney Benjamin Jeffers. Attorney Jeffers, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Jeffers, do you waive a record in Mr. Campbell's case?
We do.
State is represented in this case by Erica Porter. Attorney Porter, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Your Honor.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Campbell, this is your second time here on this case to enter a plea. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I see that today you look a whole lot better.
Thank you.
Okay.
Feel a little better.
Yeah, I can see it on you. Look a whole lot better. Now, Mr. Campbell, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Brandon Lynn Campbell, on or about July 23rd of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Campbell, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Campbell, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes,
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, I also have before me a document on this tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, BC, on a line next to a box that says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that's titled Discovery Certification on paper. This document, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Campbell, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1 in evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted in evidence. Mr. Jeffries, you've advised and counseled Mr. Campbell. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Campbell, your attorney, Mr. Jeffries, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, he has.
Mr. Campbell, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty, the state is offering 4 days in Jefferson County Jail, giving him credit for 4 days, and this is taken into consideration that he served 257 days in TDCJ.
Okay. And you know, tax and return to
We don't
courthouse?
want to take the time.
Okay, now, Mr. Campbell, the state is offering that you serve 4 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for the 4 days that you've already served, so that simply means you won't have to serve any more time in jail on this case. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That means that the time that you spent in jail has already paid off the fine and court costs in this case. Now, the court is also taking into consideration that that you spent actually more than enough time on this case, because this being a Class B misdemeanor, the maximum time was 180 days, and you spent over 200 days in TDC on a case while this case was pending. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is.
Okay, so the court actually can give you credit on that. So, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the court will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. This will conclude your case. Now, Mr. Campbell, you're going to stand in front of the court coordinator. You're going to follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
And just continue to do what you've been doing.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
All right. Next case is Bobby Lee Joseph Jr. You stand in front of the bench, Mr. Joseph. Mr. Man, everybody got messages on their teachers today. Is that Chucky? Okay. Mr. Joseph, you're represented in your cases by your attorney Benjamin Jeffries. Mr. Joseph, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. And Mr. Jeffries, we have two cases, cause number 23CCCR 0944 and cause number 23CCCR 1148. Mr. Jeffries, what is your announcement in Mr. Joseph's cases?
We'd ask for a reset on these cases. Give me some time to go through the discovery.
Discovery, okay. State, do you have any objections? No objections? Give us a reset date.
July 19th.
Mr. Joseph, your cases will be reset for announcement on July 19th, 2024. Your attorney will be given notice of your reset here in court. Once you get a copy of the notice from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. All right, please stand up. You're free to go as well, Mr. Jeffries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Who else we have? We have anybody else ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I am ready.
Yours is a plea or no?
Yes, sir.
The plea? Okay, I just got it. Okay, Jeremy C. O'Jiminy,
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
could you please come forward? This is cause number 23CCCR 1398.
That's correct.
Case is style of state of Texas versus Jeremy C. O'Jiminy.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. O'Jiminy, is that your full name?
Yes.
Mr. O'Jiminy, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. O'Jiminy, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. O'Jiminy? How are you doing?
Pretty bad.
Oh, you're doing pretty bad. Hopefully you'll be doing a lot better after this is over, okay? Now, Mr. O'Jiminy, you're represented in your case by your attorney Arwin Samuel. Attorney Samuel, how are you doing?
I'm great, Your Honor.
And Mr. Samuel, do you waive a record in Mr. O'Jiminy's case?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
Mr. O'Jiminy, I have before me a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet alleges that you, Jeremy C. O'Jiminy, on or about July 18th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offensive criminal trespass. Mr. Ojimini, do you understand what you've been charged with?
As we discussed. Criminal trespass.
Yes,
Okay, and to this charge, Mr. Ojimini, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
guilty.
Guilty? Okay, now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And now, Mr. Ojimini, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments on this tablet.
Mhm.
Do you recognize this document?
Uh,
Could you? Sure.
no,
Oh, okay. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on the line. Okay,
no, it's different, I understand.
that's your initials?
Mhm.
Go to the next page and his signature, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes,
Now, on the next document, go to the next document. Do you recognize that document? Is that your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
yes,
Okay, now at the top of that document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
with the one that I chose.
Yes. 7
Days, yeah.
Okay, but do you understand that you have no right of appeal? Because this is a plea bargain case.
This is gonna take it for 7 days.
Now, the plea bargain may be for 7 days, but I'm saying you cannot appeal it.
Why would I have to say I'm not appealing? Well, I know I was getting to. You're skipping a step.
No, listen what I'm saying. Because you're entering into a plea bargain, if I follow the plea bargain agreement, you can't appeal it. I haven't got to it yet. If I don't follow the plea bargain agreement,
Guide to you.
no, listen. If I don't follow the plea bargain agreement, you can take your plea back.
That's an appeal.
Right. You can take your plea back. In essence, we'll go back to square one if I don't follow it. But if I do follow the plea bargain agreement, that is, if I go along with the plea bargain agreement, you can't appeal it.
What's the agreement?
It's 7 days, isn't it?
May I?
Okay.
Honor it. Okay. And we did that.
But if you still do it, if you don't go along with it, then you go.
But it's an appeal, isn't it? You just come back.
There are 2 ways. Now, okay, you have a plea bargain agreement with the state. If I follow the plea bargain agreement, that is, if I go along with the plea bargain agreement, then you'll get what you have agreed to.
Mhm.
And if you want to appeal that, you can appeal it. That's one thing. The other thing is, if I do not go along with the plea bargain agreement, you can take your plea back. In essence, there's no need to appeal because there's nothing to appeal because you have not, the court has not convicted you. You understand that? So it's either one, the question is, do you understand that if, because this is a plea bargain agreement,
Mhm.
you do not have a right of appeal. That is, if I go along with the plea bargain.
And appeal means what?
It goes to a higher court to look at it to see if we committed an error in this case or.
So if the jury can, then I can appeal that.
Listen to, yeah, just, y'all can have a seat. I mean, y'all can, if you need some time to talk to him.
No, sir. I
Okay.
just need to make sure he understands.
Okay,
If he goes along with the agreement, You would not have a right to. That's the question. Mhm. I understand.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay, so should we go forward?
forward with,
Yeah, with the same question that I asked before.
Answer the question.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again, on that document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case.
Mhm.
And because this is a plea bargain case, you have no right of appeal if I go along with the plea bargain. You understand that?
you know, I appeal, as in, I cannot appeal this after you made your decision. I can't go to a higher court, I can't come back to you.
No, I'm saying that, yeah, that's part true. What you just said is true.
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is that only happens if I follows the plea bargain agreement and you decide later on that you want to appeal. But if you like the plea bargain agreement and you do not want to appeal, then you don't even have to worry about appealing because there won't be an appeal by you.
Everybody. Agree.
All right, so there won't be an appeal by me,
Right?
of the end of the sentence.
Yes. So my question, and you understand that?
Because there won't be an appeal by me,
Yeah, if I follow the plea bargain agreement.
so if I say 7 days, can I just leave here tonight and hear this case again? Without getting arrested or?
The case will be over.
Completely over.
Yes, once it'll be, we call it, the word we use is disposed of, but it'll be over.
You don't need to go on my record anymore.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Oh,
gonna be on the record.
yeah, it'll be, well, you can ask your attorney about that.
Okay, so we'll be on.
Yeah.
I understand, but so
It's
7 days, and I can just walk out of here, I'm not gonna see you again, look like you can again, I don't have to call anybody. Will the police answer if I call them, because I've had problems with the police.
I understand.
He doesn't
Yeah,
have
but,
anything to do with that.
Yeah, but we just talking about this case right here.
But this is a.
I know.
Volleyball at this police.
I understand.
No. This is being education. Not with the police, later, if something else happens. They have to respond if you call them.
Oh.
Okay. You understand what he asked you?
Yeah, you said 7 days, Your Honor, I can leave, I'll listen now.
Once he gets, okay, yeah, just listen.
Okay, so you understand that you have no right of appeal. Now, the next, how many boxes did you check on it? One or two?
Two.
Okay. So the next box is basically saying that you're waiving your right.
His right to an appeal.
Do you understand that?
You understand? Going on for 7 days, you waive your right to an appeal. You can't come back and change your mind after he's giving you 7 days. You can't come back and say, nah, I don't want that.
So it's a yes or no question, or can I use more words to say your answer?
No. just
What was his
answer the question. Do you
He's going to
understand
answer
you waiving
complete
your right
sentences, I
to?
believe, Your Honor.
Is it a yes or no question,
Yes.
or can I explain my answer?
You can explain it.
Okay.
Well,
Whichever will get me towards 7 days fastest,
Yes.
and it'll be over.
well, that's the agreement. That's what we call the plea agreement. Is that correct?
Meaning if I say yes or no, it'll give me to this faster.
No,
If you.
once you answer that question, then we're gonna go to something else.
Yeah. He's going over these documents that we've already signed. You've already signed these documents.
Then what we ask, you just ask me what I agree with them or what?
Do you understand what you're saying? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, wow, that's why I'm asking so many questions. I told this, like, what has it been 30 minutes yet? Since I've been told this information? I know I'm a smart guy, but, you know, this is very interesting stuff.
Well, I mean, you are a smart guy. I can see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the question is, Do you understand that if you, that you are waiving your right, or waiving mean giving up your right to an appeal? Do you understand that?
Would I need an appeal if I take the 7 days?
You probably won't. I mean,
You probably won't.
I'm just saying you could talk to your
As a
attorney about
judge-
that.
As a judge, can we say probably anyway?
No, you can talk to your attorney about that. Because I can't say whether or not you would like to appeal or not.
7 days. Gonna give you- That's the agreement.
What is that?
There's a duck in here.
What?
Okay, it was a duck. It was a duck.
We need to take it. We need to take it. Wow, we need to take a recess on that one. Hold on. Okay, we're in session and cause number 23 CCCR 2116, case of style the state of Texas versus Gregory Allen Warner. Mr. Warner, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Warner?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Warner, you're representing your case by your attorney, Peter Dahl. Attorney Dahl, how are you doing?
Up to the test. It's going to be pretty fair.
Okay. Now, Mr. Dahl, what is your announcement in Mr. Warner's case?
We would like to have a presenting, at least one, to complete the discovery.
Plead discovery?
Yes.
State, do you have any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a reset date. This case will be reset for announcement on July 19th, 2024. Mr. Warner, your attorney is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
We do the same.
And you're free to go as well, Mr. Darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
A dismissal. Where's my tablet? No, I gave it to the, my tablet, I can't get in because I'm gonna have to get out of this document and send this to you, and you have to send it back to me. And that's on Barrasso. Luis, did y'all check it?
I didn't.
Today is the 26th. Got a jury coming in at 11 o'clock.
You said, Jeremy, who's that? You want me to send it back to you?
Jeremy,
That's no, that's the same.
that's the one I sent to you because only way I can get in this one, I have to get out of that one. And I have, let's see, we're gonna get Miss, no, Nicole Newell. Ms. Newell, would you please come forward? This is cause number 23 CCCR 0882, case of South State of Texas versus Nicole Newell. Ms. Newell, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Ms. Newell? You doing okay? Okay, now, Ms. Newell, I see here that your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
Paid off, so I need to get the paperwork to get.
For a court-appointed attorney? We're gonna have to give her a clipboard, judge's explanation, and an affidavit of indigence. And the clipboards are in the back. That's a waiver. These are waivers. All these. Okay, just have a seat. They'll bring it to you. Now, who is Corey Roberts? Okay, Mr. Roberts, you're represented by Mr. Willard Hall. Have you heard from Mr. Hall?
He's not taking the stand. He's not taking the stand drop. For the MTRP.
MTRP, no, we don't have an MTRP. Hold on a minute, just have a seat. Okay, this is cause number M333124, case style of state of Texas versus Corey Holland Roberts. Mr. Roberts, is that your full name?
Yes,
Mr. Roberts, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. And that this motion to revoke probation was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this motion, Mr. Roberts, it alleges that you, Corey Holland Roberts, on or about on June 7th, 2023, that you were found guilty for the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail, a fine of $1,422. Your confinement was probated for 1 year. In this motion, there are 6 allegations. First allegation alleges that you, Corey Holland Roberts, failed to pay court-assessed fees as ordered by the court. And as of January 9, 2024, you was $1,517 in arrears in violation of condition 9 of your probation order. Allegation number 2 alleges that you, Corey Holland Roberts, failed to perform community service hours required as ordered by the court in violation of condition 17 of your probation officer, of your probation order. Allegation number 3 alleges that you, Corey Holland Roberts, failed to complete the Jefferson County DWI education program and the victim's impact plan as ordered by the court in violation of condition A of your probation order. Allegation number 4 alleges that you, Corey Holland Roberts, failed to abstain from the use of alcohol on or about December 27, 2023, that you tested positive for alcohol in violation of condition E of your probation order. Allegation number 5 alleges that you, Corey Allen Roberts, failed to report to the Hardin County probation office as ordered by the court for the months of September 2023 as directed in violation of special amendment dated July 15 of 2023. Allegation number 6 alleges that you, Corey Allen Roberts, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office by web or mail as ordered by the court for the months of July 2023, September 2023, November 2023 as ordered or as directed in violation of special amendment dated July 15, 2023 of your probation order. Mr. Roberts, if the court finds that any one of these allegations are true, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, a warrant if your probation is revoked, you could be assessed up to 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
yes,
Now, Mr. Roberts, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have a right to have an attorney. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that
yes.
option? Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to hire. Well, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, then you can request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes.
And number 3, you may waive your right to an attorney or give up your right to an attorney and represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes.
Now, if you want an attorney to represent you and you have enough money to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you time to hire one. Do you understand that? If you want an attorney and do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you can request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire. The financial questionnaire is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You will fill that document out so the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And if you want to waive your right to have an attorney, give up your right to have an attorney, you'll have an opportunity to talk to the prosecutors or the district attorney about your case. However, you cannot talk to the prosecutor about your case unless you first sign a written waiver of your right to have an attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, at the,
The reason I hadn't gotten the point is I stayed in contact with Jones, the probation officer in Jefferson County. And we had come to the agreement that, because I done took care of all that stuff. I done paid all the fines, all the probation fees, all the classes and all that before coming here today.
okay. Now, what we're gonna do, give me a judge's explanation of rights to defend us without an attorney. It should be a file up there. It should be labeled judge's explanation.
Ms. Jones said.
You could get it to him.
If I completed everything before coming here, she was gonna put in to request to drop the NTRP.
Okay, I don't know if we have that. You say your probation officer's name is Ms. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Or is it Annette Jones?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do this. Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. Court is in session. And cause number M333-124, case and style of state of Texas versus Corey Holland Roberts. Mr. Roberts, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Roberts, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts, you may put your hand down. Mr. Roberts, I have before me 2 documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line stating you want to waive your right to attorney and represent yourself?
Yes.
I also have another document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering Guilty Plea or Proceeding a Trial. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Roberts, just have a seat. We'll have someone from the district attorney's office come out and talk to you. Just have a seat. Let's hold on to that. The phones are there. Were you able to call out Ty LeBlanc?
Waiting on response.
She's still working on hers?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Auburn. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, outside.
Okay,
He's falling asleep. Some of them.
okay, whenever they're ready, we can bring it back up. I don't know if he's ready. Might be talking to his attorney.
Yeah, he's out there.
Put us back in session in clause number 23 CCCR 1398, case of style of state of Texas versus Jeremy C. Jiminy. Let the record reflect that Mr. Jiminy's present in court. Mr. Jiminy previously was sworn in. He entered a plea of guilty. Mr. Ojimini acknowledged that his signatures And initials was on State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. And Mr. Jiminy is represented in this case by his attorney, Attorney Alvin Samuel. Attorney Samuel waived the record in Mr. Jiminy's case, and the court had presented a document to Mr. Jiminy on the tablet that is titled Trial Court Certification, the Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Jiminy acknowledged that his signature was on the line that is titled Defendant. And the court asked Mr. Jiminy, well, stated to Mr. Jiminy that this is a plea bargain case and that the defendant has no right of appeal. And the court asked him, did he understand that statement? And did you understand that statement? I could give him.
Related to the plea bargaining case.
Yeah, that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. And give him this document back.
Meaning that I will not appeal.
Yes,
The appeal means that I will not come back and say that you need
yeah, you have to, yeah, to a higher court,
to higher court or this court.
right? Do you understand that?
So when would be a case where I could appeal?
You say, if your case was appealed, it will go up to the 9th Court of Appeals, which is located on the 3rd floor of this courthouse. That's where it will go.
How do I appeal?
No, you only can appeal if you were convicted and you, within 30 days, decide that you were wrongfully convicted or this court committed an error by convicting you, then you would have to appeal your case to have the 9th Court of Appeals to look into the case to see whether or not you were wrongfully convicted or whether or not this court committed an error by convicting you. That's what an appeal is.
So how do I appeal for wrongfully convicted again?
If you, if the court committed an error by convicting you, or if you were wrongfully convicted, then you would have to file an appeal. That's a document or form or motion asking the 9th Court of Appeals to review your case to see whether or not you've been wrongfully convicted or whether or not this court committed an error by convicting you. That's what an appeal is.
So I can make an appeal.
If you are wrongfully convicted or you think that this court committed an error by convicting you,
I did.
you haven't been convicted.
Going to trespassing?
That's not a conviction. You haven't been convicted, so you can't appeal if you haven't been convicted.
What does convicted mean?
That you've been found guilty and you were given, and you was punished by either
7 days in jail?
given time in jail or given a fine or given a fine and jail time, or whether if you was given what we call regular probation.
So I'm already been convicted.
No, you have not been convicted.
But
That's what I'm telling you.
Paid back for 7 days.
No, I'm just saying, I haven't made that decision yet.
Spent more time in jail.
I understand that, but I haven't made that decision yet. So at this point, if you are not, if you do not understand that statement that this is a plea bargain case and you waiving your right to an appeal, we can't go any forward. We can't go any further. In essence, we have to stop right here.
They do it.
Well, in case we go back to square one, nothing has happened yet.
Well, so we'd have to come back for another case or?
You have to come back either for, if you decided you wanted a trial, or if you decide you wanted a plea. That's a decision that you and your attorney would have to make.
Okay, so I would definitely like to say that I was not guilty.
Okay, well,
But
we're gonna,
somebody involved in the process.
okay, if you said you're not guilty, then the court is not gonna follow this, we don't have a plea bargain, and so the court can't go forward. So we're gonna have to reset his case and put it on a trial document.
Trial document?
Yeah, he said he's not guilty. All right, that's fine. Okay, Mr. Jiminy, your attorney is going to get a copy of your reset. Once you get a copy of your reset, your case is gonna be reset for trial. Your attorney is gonna get a copy of your the date for your trial will be on the reset,
And then that's gonna trial a jury.
if that's what you
You're
want.
Going through with it because
You said you was not guilty.
well, you didn't tell me that it was by jury. I don't trust the
No,
police.
no, listen,
Some random
no, no. That's a decision that you and your attorney have to make.
Police told me about
Okay, I'm just setting it for trial. I mean, if your attorney want to waive the right to trial, y'all want to wait, that's y'all. Your attorney will go over that with you. Okay,
So how will the jury decide whether I'm guilty or not?
you can talk to your attorney about that. At this
How will
point,
they decide whether I'm guilty?
well,
This is
you,
not the time. and place.
yeah, this is not the time. You can talk to your attorney about that.
Either you.
When you have a conference with him. So at this time, the case is going to be reset.
And
Okay.
if they go to jury, why not the same way now?
I don't, well, right now,
Jury need to be involved.
well, if you don't want a jury, you can have what is called a bench trial, but that's a decision you and your attorney would have to make. Okay, you need to talk to your attorney about that.
So I need to come up to the next trial to tell you whether I'm gonna have a bench trial or a jury trial.
Your attorney is he can talk to you about that.
And say he's a busy man, he doesn't talk to me.
Well, I can't speak to that, but your case is being, wait on the reset his case. Yeah, just put on the trial document. There's no waiver. So it's on the trial document.
I didn't even make a decision.
No, you and your attorney is gonna make a decision before that date. Okay, I can't make the decision for you.
Make the decision for what?
Whatever decision you wanna make. Yes.
No, we're not. How we doing?
done.
Yeah, no. Your attorney is gonna get your reset. Oh, just hold on, Miss, yeah. Your attorney, yeah.
It's being reset.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in clause number 32 CCCR 0882. case is style of state of Texas versus Nicole Newell. Ms. Newell, is that your full name? How are you doing, Ms. Newell? In? Now, Ms. Newell, you ready? Ms. Newell, okay. Ms. Newell, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to apply for court-appointed attorney? I also have a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injury. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant Signature. Is this your signature? Ms. Newell, before you signed and initialed these documents, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Newell, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Thomas Burbank. Attorney Burbank will be given information to contact you, and you will be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go. Please have a seat in that chair by the wall, the first chair on the wall. Okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, hold on a minute.
I apologize for the interruption.
Okay, no, that's not a problem. Just hold on a minute. Let me,
Y'all want me in the picture? No, they want you. No, I'm in the picture. See, now, once y'all get it. Oh.